Good evening, Mavericks and Fort McMurray Giants fans. Welcome to another Mavericks live stream here on Friday, July 13th at Athletic Park. Tonight we have the Western Division in Wimble leading 26-5 MHMavericks against the Western Division 5th place team 12-21 Fort McMurray Giants. The Mavericks are 4-0 this season against the Fort McMurray Giants. MHMavericks is 1-0 against the Giants this season on home field and swept a 3-game series in Fort McMurray from the 19th to 22nd of June. That would have been a 4-game series, but one game got rained out. This rain-out game is being made up tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Mavericks come into this game 8-2 in their last 10 games and have won 2 games in a row. Mavericks have a 5-game lead over the second-place Okotoks Dogs, who are 21-10. The Giants also have won 2 games in a row and are 5-5 in the last 10 games. They are 12-21 for 5th place in the Western Division. The Mavs went to Regina on Tuesday to take on the Red Sox on the 10th and 11th, but got rained out on the 10th, so the Mavericks and Red Sox played a doubleheader in Regina on Wednesday. Mavericks won the first game of the doubleheader 6-0 and won the second game of the night 3-2, sweeping the doubleheader and improving to 12-0 against the Eastern Division this season. Jamon Cerventage pitched a 7-inning complete game shutout in the first game, and Barry Kane picked up the win for the Mavs in the second game in his second spot start of the season, throwing 4 innings.
From Miami, Florida, playing center field, number 2, joining the field by Jaden Luke and Aisha Fry.
Some batting stats from around the league. Carson Johnson is hitting .358 this season, and Colton Wright is hitting .355. They're sitting 9th and 10th in the league in average. Carson Johnson leads the Wimble in runs with 40 on the season. Johnson is also 4th in the league in hits with 43. David Salguero, Nolan Radai, and Zach Gray are tied for 3rd in the league with 10 doubles. Jackson Hoagie, David Salguero, and David Vilches are all tied for 2nd in triples with 2 each. Colton Wright and Louis Canjura are tied for 6th in the league with 28 RBI each, and Zach Gray is tied for 7th with 27. Colton Wright is in 6th in the league with 5 home runs. David Salguero is 3rd in the league in stolen bases with 18. And for pitching, Barry Kane is tied for 1st in the league with 5 wins. Junpei Akanuma and Alex Defoe sit tied for 2nd in wins with 4. Tyler Shumpert is tied for 3rd in the league with 4 saves, and Alex Defoe is 3rd in the league in ERA with a 1.56.
Accompanied by Kylan Middlehouse, David Vilches. Batting in from Saintsburg, Texas, left fielder number 11.
Starting lineup for the visiting Fort McMurray Giants. Batting first, number 26 is center fielder Jordan Stickler. And in the number 2 spot is number 6, the third baseman, B.J. Minarson. And batting third is the catcher, number 15, Jonathan Lindau. In the 4th spot is the shortstop, number 10, Liam Rahala. And playing second base, batting 5th in the lineup, number 18, Drew Dickerson. Batting 6th tonight for the Giants is the first baseman, number 20, Zachary Coronios. And batting 7th is the designated hitter of the night for the Giants, number 99, Mike Bowes. Number 12, John Lasciavo is playing left field and batting 8th. And the number 9 batter is number 8, Tristan Richardson, the right fielder. And pitching tonight for the Giants, is number 7, Chris Mercure. Starting lineup for your MHMavericks, starting in center field and batting first is number 2, David Salguero. Number 2 batter for the Mavericks, starting at shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson. And in the 3 spot is number 25, the catcher, Colton Wright. Batting fourth is first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray. And in the 5 spot, designated hitter tonight, number 20, Sal Rodriguez. And batting 6th for the Mavericks is number 4, the second baseman, Louis Canjura. And playing third base tonight, number 27, batting 7th, David Vilches. And batting 8th and 9th, the corner outfielders, number 11, Julian Lee, playing left field. And in the 9th spot, number 9, Jordan Dre, playing right field. Starting pitcher for the Mavericks tonight, number 19, Junpei Akanuma. Here at Athletic Park tonight on Friday, July 13th. It is 34 degrees here at first pitch at 7:05 p.m. It's been a scorcher all day here in Medicine Hat. The boys are going to be hot tonight out there on the field. Hopefully the Mavericks bats can be as hot as the weather. If they win tonight, they do clinch a playoff spot for the 2018 season. They're only one win away. And with Fort McMurray in 5th place in the West, they're the team to beat to make that happen.
This campaign brought to you by Minuteman Press, the official design and print sponsor of your Mavericks. And Baptista Bloom, pleased to offer a new and exciting race for 2018.
Junpei Akanuma makes his 7th start of the season for the Mavericks. Through 6 starts, he's thrown 34 in the 3rd innings, giving up 28 hits and 13 earned runs. He's only walked 7 batters and he struck out 23. Junpei has a 4-1 record with a 2.65 ERA. It's been a wonderful season from one of the Mavericks aces on the year. 2.65 ERA through 6 starts. Hopefully you can even make that a little bit better here tonight in start number 7.
Leadoff hitter for Fort McMurray, center fielder, number 26, Jordan Stickler.
We're underway here at Athletic Park. It'll be top of the order for the Giants here in the top of the first. Jordan Stickler, BJ Menarson, and Jonathan Lendell will come up to the plate to face off against Junpei Akanuma here in the first inning. First pitch to Stickler is in there for a strike. And the count is 0-1.
In honor of Junpei, I got sushi.
1-1's the count. The pitch from Akanuma is outside. Good eye from Stickler to let that one go by. Stickler so far this season hitting .269, 18 hits and 12 runs on the year. Third pitch from Akanuma outside again. It's 2-1. Defense behind Akanuma. Colton Wright catching. Vilches on third base with Carson Johnson out there at shortstop. Louis Canjura starts on second base tonight like he did earlier in the season. And Zach Gray is playing first base tonight. 3-1's the count at the plate. Julian Lee plays left field for the Mavericks tonight, and David Salguero takes his regular spot in center field. And the right fielder tonight behind Akanuma is Jordan Dre. And the fifth pitch is inside. Called strike. 3-2's the count. That one fills it. Barely caught the inside corner of the plate, did Akanuma there. Full count to the leadoff batter here in the top of the first from the Giants. And Stickler's going to ground this one towards Carson Johnson. And he's going to bobble it, not able to make the play. And Stickler is on first. I think it's an error. He should have grabbed that one. Leadoff batter from the Giants is aboard from the error from Carson Johnson. And the Giants have one on with nobody out here in the first.
Now batting number 6, third baseman B.J. Menarson.
B.J. Menarson steps up to the plate for the first time in the game. Comes on with nobody out and one on. Jordan Stickler on first base after the error from Carson Johnson. Strike one of the at-bat. In the second pitch, it's 1-1. B.J. Menarson is hitting .315 on the year with 29 hits, 18 runs. He has 3 home runs and 16 RBI. He's been solid for the Giants. They're in the top of the order. And he's going to lay down the bunt to Akanuma. Akanuma goes to second, and he throws it over top of Johnson's head. That's going to advance the runner to third. Runners now on the corners for the Mavericks.
Wow. 2 errors before the first night. 15, Jonathan Lindau, the catcher.
Jonathan Lindau steps up to the plate now. Comes on with runners on the corners. And nobody out for the Giants.
Copy. Fans, if you got a
1-0 count at the plate to Lindau.
001. Oh my goodness sakes, you've got the cleanest car in the parking lot. You're a winner with Clean Machine Car Wash. Pick up your prize in the Mavericks office. Again, that's a black Ford Edge LHC 001. And go now to the Mavericks office.
And the count at the plate is still 1-0 to Jonathan Lindau. Second pitch is in there, called strike. And it's now 1-1 with Stickler on third base and Menarson on first. And Lindell is going to rip this one into right field. That's going to bring around a 1 run for the Giants. Menarson's now on third, and it's 1-0 for the Giants. Jonathan Lindell with an RBI single. Still no outs for the Mavericks. Good hit from Jonathan Lindell. That's Lindell's 21st hit of the year, and also his 7th RBI. Runners still on the corners for the Giants. No outs here. And we have the number 4 batter, Liam Rahala, stepping up to the plate. 1-0 for the Giants here early on at Athletic Park. And Rahala is going to lace this one into deep right center. Salguero's after it on the warning track. 1 run's come around. They're sending another. Second run is in. It's a 2 RBI triple for Liam Rahala. It's 3-0 for the Giants in the first inning. Three runs have come around on 2 hits now from the Giants and 2 errors committed by the Mavericks.
Dugout there. Check it out. We got Cole
Liam Rahala is out there on third base. Still nobody out as Drew Dickerson, the number 5 batter, steps up to the plate here in the first inning still. Quick mound meeting from the Mavericks. Drew Dickerson at the plate. And the first pitch from Akanuma outside. Can't find the strike zone there. It's 1-0. And it's 2-0 at the plate. Akanuma yet to find the strike zone at the plate here in this at bat. It's 3-0 to Drew Dickerson. And they're finding a strike at the plate. Akanuma guns one in there. Called strike, it's 3-1. Liam Rahala out there on third base for the Giants. And Dickerson's going to be walked. He's the first batter walked from the Giants. All 5 runners have got on base for the Giants so far. 1 walk, 2 errors, and 2 hits from the first 5 batters in the lineup.
Number 20, Zach Coronios.
Still, Mavericks yet to get an out. Down 3-0 here in the top of the first. As the number 6 hitter for the Giants steps up to the plate, Zachary Coronios, the first baseman for the Giants. And he's going to rip this one towards Louis Canjura on second. Carson Johnson steps in the bag and turns a 4-6-3 double play. Giants get 1 more run, but they get 2 outs. 4-0 for the Giants. Coronios gets the RBI and makes it 4-0 as he grounded out into the 4-6-3 double play.
If he strikes out, it's $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. Tonight's beer battle.
Stepping up to the plate now for the first time is the designated hitter, number 99, Mike Bowes. Bowes is hitting .310 on the season with 39 hits, 2 home runs, 13 RBI. He has 18 runs as well. Leads the entire Giants lineup with those 39 hits. And he's going to get down in an 0-2 count after a foul and a called strike. Junpei looking for his first strikeout, and he's going to get it against Bowes. Mavericks get out of the first inning down 4-0.
There you go, fans. $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. It is 7:15. You have till 7:25 for a discounted beer.
He's had a problem with his arm the last couple of weeks. Giants go into the bottom of the first, up 4-0. They got 2 hits there in the first. Junpei walked the batter, and Mavericks committed 2 errors. Mavericks have a early hole to climb out of. Chris Mercure is pitching for the Giants tonight. Mercure is making his 4th start of the year and his 8th appearance. He's made 4 appearances out of the bullpen as well this season. In his 7 appearances, he's pitched 24 and 2/3 innings, giving up 21 hits and 12 earned runs. He's walked 13 batters and struck out 19. He's 2-2 on the season with a 3.40 ERA. The defense behind Mercure, Jonathan Lindo is catching. Playing third base is BJ Menarson, and at shortstop is Liam Rahala. Second base is Drew Dickerson, and Zachary Coronios is playing first base tonight. The left fielder is Josh John Lasciavo. Center field, Jordan Stickler. And in right field is Tristan Richardson. Top of the order for the Mavericks, David Salguero, Carson Johnson, and Colton Wright. Regular 3 in the top of the order this season for Medicine Hat. Salguero has 39 hits. Carson Johnson has 43, and Colton Wright has 38. The only other batter up that high is the number 6 batter, Louis Canjura, who also has 38. Colton Wright has 5 home runs, which leads the team, and 28 RBI, which also leads the team.
Leadoff hitter for your Mavericks, center fielder number 2, David Salguero.
Carson Johnson leads the team with 40 runs, and David Salguero is second on the Mavericks with 33. Carson Johnson and Salguero, the two of them combined, have combined for 73 runs already this season. Speedy top of the order, and they get on base a lot. Leading off for the Mavericks now, Salguero is at the plate. And he's currently looking at a 1-1 count. Mercure should be feeling comfortable on the mound tonight. Going into the bottom of the first, up 4-0, as Salguero lines it straight to Drew Dickerson on second base. Good contact and a hard hit from Salguero there, but it went right to Dickerson. He made the easy catch. 1 up, 1 down from the Mavericks. Not the same kind of luck that the Fort McMurray Giants got, as it took 6 batters for the Giants to finally get an out. Carson Johnson, now at the plate, leads the team in runs and hits with 43 hits and 40 runs. Currently looking at a 1-1 count. Carson Johnson's hitting .358 on the year. He's 9th in the league in that category, which also leads the team. The batter behind him on deck, Colton Wright, is batting .355. Just behind him in league standings, he's in 10th. Three and 1 at the plate. Carson Johnson with a good eye to watch a couple go by. Johnson gets ahead in the count. And he's going to get on base with a walk. Mavericks get a runner on board here in the first inning. We'll see if they can bring any around like the Giants did in the top of the first. Colton Wright steps up to the plate now for the first time with 1 gone and 1 on. Carson Johnson on first base after the walk. Colton Wright steps up to the plate with hitting .355 on the year. 38 hits, 31 runs, 5 home runs, and 28 RBI. Colton has been splitting the year between catcher and DH this season. Mavericks looking to clinch a playoff spot with a win here tonight against Fort McMurray. The Giants clearly not wanting to make it easy for them. Getting ahead early, 4-0 in the first inning. Two balls, 0 strikes at the plate. Colton Wright gets ahead in the count. Mavericks looking for their second straight batter to get on base. And it's going to be a foul ball from Colton Wright. Makes the count 2-1. Two and 1 at the plate, 1 on and 1 gone for the Mavericks. And Colton Wright's going to ground this one into the gap between first and second. Colton Wright's going to have the first hit of the ball game for the Mavericks, and there's now 2 on for the Mavs. Carson Johnson on second and Colton Wright on first, with Zach Gray stepping up to the plate The first baseman has been one of the power bats in the lineup for the Mavericks this season. He's hitting .323.
The first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
Gray hitting .323 with 32 hits and 26 runs. He has 3 home runs as well as 27 RBI. He's second on the team in that category. Mavericks looking to get back into this one early here in the first inning. They have 2 runners on and only 1 out and another batter at the plate. Gray will be looking at with 1 swing here to make it only a 1-run game. He's up 2-0 in the count. Can expect him swinging. But he leaves that one over top of the strike zone. Called strike, it's 2-1. That looked like a good one for Gray, just over top of the middle. Must have been a little too high for his liking. He left it. Count is now 3-1. The 4th pitch from McMurray is high and wide. Can't find a strike zone. Gray looking to possibly load the bases with a walk here in the first inning for Sal Rodriguez on deck. And he figured he did. He threw his bat after he figured he was walked on the outside half. Not going to happen. Called strike. That one painted the line. 3 balls, 2 strikes now at the plate. 5th pitch just barely in there. Called strike by the ump. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 2 on for the Mavericks. And Gray is going to ground this one to Drew Dickerson. He flips it to Rahala. And Rahala is going to overthrow first. Gray gets a walk up to second, and 1 run comes around to score. Four runs to score now.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 20, the DA Sal Rodriguez.
Zach Gray gets on from the error from the shortstop. He's out there on second base. 1 run has come around to score. It's 4-1. Should be 2 outs, Garth.
Garth, 2 out, bud.
One and one on at the plate for Rodriguez. He fouls off the second pitch. Mavericks only down 3 now here in the first after getting a run. Carson Johnson came around to score for a league-leading 44th time of the season. Going to call it a strike at the plate. They're saying that Rodriguez went all the way around, couldn't check his swing.
Crystal Mets Insurance Agency. Proud supporter of Mavs baseball.
Due to the failed check swing, Rodriguez is now down 1-2 in the count. 1 on for the Mavericks, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. McMurray looking for his first strikeout of the game. And he's going to get it on Rodriguez. Rodriguez struck out swinging. Pitch on the outer half from McMurray. Ends the first inning. It's 4-1 for the Giants.
What's the line there? 1 run? 1 error? For the Mavericks, in their half of the first inning, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on board. Giants Giants lead 4-1.
Akanuma comes out to pitch here for the Mavericks in the second inning. Through one inning, he's given up 4 runs on 2 hits and a walk. He struck out the last Giants batter, Mike Bowes, to get out of the first inning. Akanuma is going to face off against the 8-9-1 hitters here in the second inning, John Lasciavo, Tristan Richardson, and batting for the second time, he'll be his leadoff batter, number 26, Jordan Sickler.
Also, we wish to thank Source 1 Realty for sponsoring the patio all season long. Thank you. John Lasciavo, 33 hits on the season. He's third on the team in that category. Tristan Richardson has 21. Of the patio. Contact the Mavericks office. We'd also like to welcome Sunlight Financial to the MHMavericks dugout deck. Thank you.
Like, what do you mean, point streak?
For your support this season. This afternoon brought to you by Prairie Sprinter, the official shuttle.
8-9-1 hitters for the Giants here in the second inning. Yeah, Kimmy, look. We have 42 people. Lasciavo tries to bunt here on the first pitch from Akanuma. He's going to foul it off just behind home plate. Makes the count 0-1. Good dragging bunt from Lasciavo there. Almost got him. Just went behind the plate and it's 0-1. Slider from Akanuma, can't find a strike zone. It's up high. 1-1's the count. And it's a swinging strike this time from Lasciavo. Makes the count 1-2. Akanuma gets back ahead. And the fourth pitch from Akanuma is way outside. Colton Wright has to jump up for that one and grab it. Makes the count even 2-2.
Reserved tomorrow, superhero jersey as well. I believe a few autographed baseballs there too. Check it out, souvenir store.
And Lasciavo is going to foul this one off. Makes the count still 2-2. And it's strikeout looking. Lasciavo gets punched out on the inside half. First out here in the top of the second.
That brings up the right fielder, Tristan Richardson, number 8.
Quick question for you. Are you like supervisor? Could you do me a quick favor?
What do you need?
Could you John Lasciavo goes down looking, and Tristan Richardson steps up to the plate for the first time tonight. One out here in the top of the second for the Giants. And the count is 0-2. Akanuma looking for his third strikeout. And they're not going to say he went around. Makes the count 1-2 on the pitch up high. And Tristan Richardson is going to go down swinging. Akanuma strikes out 3 straight batters in total. Ending the first and striking out the first 2 here in the second. 3 strikeouts now for Junpei Akanuma. He settled down after allowing the first 5 base runners to get on board. We'll see how long he can keep up this streak. Top of the order, back up now. Jordan Stickler, number 26 for the Giants. He's 0 for 1. He reached in the first inning via an error from Carson Johnson. He later scored in the first. He was the first run of the game. A pretty wild slider that time from Akanuma. That broke at the last second and got in there for a strike. Makes the count 0-1 on a pitch that looked like it was destined for falling outside. Second pitch can't find the strike zone like the first did there. Makes the count 1-1. One and one with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Akanuma throws another one inside, makes the count 2-1. Two and one at the plate. Jordan Stickler gets ahead, and he's going to foul one off to even the count up 2-2. Two and two at the plate. Akanuma looking to strike out the side and keep it only a 3-run Giants lead. And he's not going to be able to do so. Stickler slaps this one into center field. And he's going to have himself his first base hit of the night. Good base hit from him. Nice placement on the line drive into center field. Gets way ahead of Salguero and just over top of Canjura. Now 1 on and 2 outs for the Giants.
Here, give me a strawberry and get one for yourself too. Give me a strawberry.
And B.J. Marinson's going to hit this one deep into right field. Jordan Dre is after it, but can't make the play. They're sending the runner around from third. He's coming home, and he's going to score. It's an RBI double from B.J. Menarson on the first pitch. And that makes the score 5-1 for the Giants. After 2 strikeouts, Akanuma gives up 2 straight hits to the Giants batters. Jonathan Lindell, who had an RBI single and later scored in the first, steps up to the plate here in the second inning for the second time. Comes on with 2 outs and 1 on. And the pitch from Akanuma is in the dirt.
Correction number 15, catcher Jonathan Lindell.
1-0 count at the plate. B.J. Menarson out there on second. Mavericks still looking for that third out. Lindell gets ahead in a 2-0 count. Akanuma has to battle back at the plate now to get out of the second inning. And gets a called strike on the outside corner. Akanuma makes the count 2-1. Slider from Akanuma catches the inside half of the strike zone. Good pitch from Junpei to even up the count, 2-2. Jonathan Lindell looking for a second hit of the night. Mavericks trying to get out of the inning. And Lindell is going to hit this one into right field. They hold the runner at third, And it's just a single for Lindell, his second of the night.
Liam Rahala, shortstop.
Liam Rahala had a 2 RBI double and later scored in the first inning. It's 5-1 for the Giants here in the second. Runners on the corners for the Giants with 2 outs. Mavericks looking to get out of the inning, down 4. And Rahala's going to ground this one towards Louis Canjura at second. He's going to make the spin around throw, and Rahala is out at first. Canjura with a great play at second to save a run. Gets out of the second inning. Mavericks going into the bottom of the second, down 5-1. Fort McMurray with 5 hits through 2 innings and 5 runs as well. It's been a good hot start from them. Mavericks coming into the second, down 4, just like they did in the first. We'll see if they can get 1 or more this time here in the bottom of the second.
Twitter at MHMavericks, also on Instagram, and tag us on Facebook. We love your fan photos. While you're at it, send it to Medicine News as well. Email it to sports@medicinenews.com. This afternoon brought to you by Safety Net, helping you help others provide first aid training and supplies.
Chris Mercure
Safety Net.
steps onto the mound for the second straight inning.
Thank you.
Through 1, he gave up 1 run on 1 hit and 1 walk. He struck out 1 batter. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters from the Mavericks here in the second inning. Louis Canjura, David Vilches, and Julian Lee.
Hello.
Canjura is hitting .299 on the year. Canjura has 38 hits, 28 runs, and 27 RBI. He usually bats in the middle of the lineup for the Mavericks and usually comes on with runners in scoring position. He's going to swing at the first pitch and ground it towards the pitcher. Pitcher's going to make the tag. And Canjura is out as the leadoff batter here in the second. Yeah.
The third baseman.
Vilches steps up to the plate with 1 gone and nobody on. First pitch from Mercure finds the outer half. It's 0-1. That pitch from Mercure is inside of the strike zone. Can't find the plate. It's 1-1. Vilches has had a hot bat as of late. He's now hitting .279 with 19 hits, 12 runs scored. He has 21 RBI and 2 home runs. One of the longest home runs of the season at Athletic Park this year, over top of the scoreboard in left field. Slider from Mercure gets over top of the strike zone. Another called strike. It's 2-2. Now to the second batter of the inning. And Mercure is going to fill the count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes at the plate. Vilches looking to be the first base runner on for the Mavericks. Mercure looking for that second out. And Vilches is going to walk on 6 pitches. Second walk of the night for Mavericks batters. Carson Johnson walked into first. Johnson came around to score, so I mean that's a good sign for the Mavericks.
Now batting number 11, left fielder Julian Lee.
Julian Lee steps up to the plate for the Mavs. The number 8 hitter comes on with 1 on and 1 gone. Lee leads the Mavericks in average, hitting .393. 71 plate appearances. He has 22 hits. He also has been walked 12 times. He has 13 RBI with 13 runs as well. Lee has 1 double and 1 triple on the season. One and one at the plate. Called strike on the pitch on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 runner on. David Vilches is on first for the Mavericks here in the second inning. And Lee's going to hit this one between the gap of first and second. Julian Lee increases his average already at .393. Another base hit for the left fielder.
Now brings to the plate, number 9, right fielder Jordan Dre.
Two runners on for the Mavs here in the second, and Jordan Dre steps up to the plate. Dre has been one of the Mavericks' hottest hitters over the past 2 weeks. He's raised his average to .327. He now has 16 hits on the year with 16 runs. He has 2 home runs, which have also come in the past few weeks. One count at the plate. Number 9 hitter at the batting for the Mavericks, Jordan Dre. And he's going to pop this one high in the air into foul territory, just over top of the Giants dugout, so no play can be made. 2 runners are on for the Mavericks with only 1 out here in the second. Mercure looking for that second and possibly third out if there was a double play in action. Jordan Dre looking to get on and bring some more runners around. Mavericks currently down 5-1. David Vilches is out there on second base and Julian Lee on first. And Jordan Dre is going to go down swinging. Can't keep up with the Mercure fastball.
Top of the order now for the Mavericks. Center fielder
Mercure gets that second out. They only need 1 more to get out of the second here. Up 4. Salguero is 0 for 1 on a day. He lined out to Drew Dickerson, the second baseman, in the first inning. He got good contact and it was a hard hit, but straight to the second baseman, and he couldn't get on. One and 0 is the count. 2 outs, 2 on. And Salguero is going to watch one go by for a strike. Called strike on the inside half. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carson Johnson on deck for the Mavericks. Salguero is going to ground this one to Rahala. Rahala with a hard throw over to first, made sure it got there before Salguero did. He'll get the third out of the inning, and we're through 2 complete. Giants leading the Mavericks 5-1.
For the Mavericks in their half of the second inning, top of 3 on the way. It's 5-1 for Fort McMurray. Yep.
Junpei Akinuma comes out for the third inning for the Mavericks. Through 2 innings, he's given up 5 runs to the Giants on 5 hits and a walk. He struck out 3 Giants batters. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters from the Giants here in the top of the third. Drew Dickerson, Zachary Coronios, and Mike Bowes. Dickerson was walked in the first inning, and Coronios grounded out into a double play. Mike Bowes struck out to end the first. Dickerson, Coronios, and Bowes here in the third inning against Akinuma. Giants lead 5-1 coming into the top of the third. First pitch from Akinuma is outside. 1-0 is the count. So far, Giants with 5 hits through 2, and Medicine Hat only with 2 themselves. And Dickerson's going to ground this one towards Louis Cantura at second. He'll make the grab and the throw. 4-3 gets the first out here in the third.
Top lane, great throw by Cantura. 1 down.
One up, 1 down for the Giants. Akinuma retires the first batter, Drew Dickerson. And Zachary Coronios steps up to the plate for the second time. He grounded out into a 4-6-3 double play in the first inning, but got an RBI. The runner from third came around to score. And Coronios on a 1-0 pitch is going to fly this one into left field. Julian Lee gets under it and gets the out. The first out from a Mavericks outfielder this game. Oh, sounds odd that it's in the third inning. First 2 innings were all strikeouts and infield grounders from the Giants. Anything in the outfield found some grass.
The beer batter, brought to you by Budget Wines, Mike Bowes. If he strikes out again, that's $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes.
Mike Bowes steps up to the plate for the second time. He struck out to end the first inning. Comes up here with 2 outs here in the top of the third. He'll try not to strike out again to end the third.
Copy that.
And Bowes is going to ground this one towards David Vilches at third. He throws it over to first baseman Zach Gray. 5-3 gets the third out of the third inning. Hard throw from Vilches make sure he got it there before the runner gets the out, and that's through 2.5 innings now.
There you go, fans. Nothing across for the
first inning of the game where the Giants didn't bring around any runs. Giants still lead 5-1 going into the bottom of the third.
Fans, it looks like we might have some giveaways here. 2020 Vision Care Spongy Baseballs. If you want one, look out for the volunteers. They're going to be throwing them in minutes. Make some noise and get their attention.
Chris Mercure comes out for the third inning. Through 2, he's only given up 1 run to the Mavericks on 2 hits and 2 walks. He's also struck out 2 Mavericks batters, Sal Rodriguez and Jordan Dre. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters from the Mavericks here in the third. Carson Johnson, Colton Wright, and Zach Gray. Colton Wright with a hit, and Carson Johnson walked and scored in the first inning.
This half inning brought to you by Red Velvet Hair and Body Bar, the official salon of your Mavericks. And we also like to thank TJ's Pizza as well. Now batting for the Mavericks is the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Carson Johnson at the plate for the second time in this game. He's going to fly out into left field. John Lasciavo making an incredible diving catch in short left just behind third base. Lasciavo gets the first out of the bottom of the third.
Now batting for the Mavericks, the catcher, Colton Wright.
Great play from the Giants outfielder to get the first out of the inning. Colton Wright, the Mavericks catcher, steps up to the plate for the second time. He's 1 for 1 on the day. He singled in the first inning. First pitch at the plate is outside. It's 1-0. Called strike on the second pitch. That one just over the plate. Makes the count 1-1. And Wright will foul one off. 1-2 at the plate. Nobody on, 1 out here in the third inning. Giants up 5-1. And Wright's going to foul off another one. Keeps the count 1-2. Fifth pitch from McMurray. Slides way outside. Can't find the strike zone. He just got away from him. He evens up the count 2-2 here to Colton Wright at the plate. And Wright's going to foul this one off into left field foul territory. Right field foul territory, sorry. Tristan Richardson made a sliding effort for it. Couldn't come up with the ball. And Colton Wright gets another opportunity, his second foul of the at-bat. Richardson was almost able to make the play out there in right field foul territory. He slid after it, and it bounced off of his glove. Couldn't come up with the ball. Keeps the count, 2-2. And Wright watches one go by. That one down low and outside. Can't find the strike zone. Fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Only 1 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the third. And Wright's going to foul off another one, his third foul of the at-bat. Keeps the count 3-2. It's a long at-bat now for Colton Wright. We're waiting on pitch number 9 now from McMurray. Here's pitch number 9. And Wright's going to fly this one into deep right field. Tristan Richardson gets under it and gets a second out at the bottom of the third.
And batting for the Mavericks, the first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
Two outs now in the bottom of the third with nobody on. Zach Gray steps up to the plate. And it's a called strike on the first pitch. It's 0-1. Gray reached via an error from the shortstop, Liam Hall, on his first at-bat. And he's going to fly this one into center field in a second. Jordan Stickler with a running grab. Zach Gray is now 0 for 2, and that ends the third inning.
All right, guys, it looks like something could be going on in front of the Mavericks dugout on the third base line. Down to you.
Hey guys, down here at Jackson and Joel, take part in the best man news streets as you back.
We're through 3 complete here at Athletic Park. Mavericks still down 5-1. Fort McMurray scoring 4 in the first inning and 1 in the second as well. Mavericks only able to score 1 run in the first inning. Junpai Akanuma steps onto the mound for the 4th inning. Through 3, he's given up 5 runs on 5 hits and a walk. He struck out 3 Giants batters so far. The 7-8-9 hitters, Bows, Lasciavo, and Tristan Richardson. Going into the top of the 4th, it's going to be the 8-9-1 hitters, John Lasciavo, Tristan Richardson, and Jordan Stickler. Lasciavo and Richardson both struck out their first at-bats. Jordan Stickler is 1 for 2.
This afternoon brought to you by Angela Colodi, Royal LePage Community Realty, providing exceptional service and dedicated client support for all your real estate needs for 18 years. Call or text today at 952-5178.
Lasciavo steps up to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day. Akanuma will be looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the 4th.
Number 12, John Lasciavo.
Lasciavo fouls off the first pitch he sees, makes the count 0-1. Lasciavo comes into the game with 33 hits, 16 RBI, and 18 runs. He's been an offensive force for the Giants so far this season, but gets down in this count 0-2. Lasciavo's already struck out once this game. Akanuma looking to sit him down for the 2nd time. Can't do so in 3 pitches. Lasciavo's going to foul that one off. Keeps the count 0-2. And Akanuma is going to sit him down for the 2nd time this game. Gets the first out of the top of the 4th and his 4th strikeout of the evening. Lasciavo now 0 for 2. Now batting for the Giants, the number 9 batter, Tristan Richardson. The right fielder is over 1. He struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. And he gets down early in this one, 0-2. Akanuma has now struck out Lasciavo twice this game. He's looking to do the same to Richardson. And he's going to do so in 3 pitches. Tristan Richardson goes down swinging for the 2nd straight at-bat. 2 outs now in the top of the 4th. Akanuma has been cruising through the 7-8-9 hitters. It's been 1 through 6 he's been struggling with. Jordan Stickler is 1 for 2 on a day. He's scored twice. Scored in both the 1st and 2nd innings. He's been a big part of the 5-1 current Giants lead. First pitch from Akanuma, this at bat is on the inner half of the strike zone, makes the count 0-1. 0-2 at the plate now. Another called strike. This one on the outside corner. Good pitch from McNuma, finding his spot. Gets ahead 0-2, looking to strike out the side. And the third pitch is going to be down low. Can't find the strike zone. Makes it count 1-2 at the plate. Stickler looking for his second base hit of the night. And he's going to ground this one to Louis Canjura at second base. Canjura with the throw, and that ends the top of the fourth. Fort McMurray still leading 5-1 now. Going into the bottom of the fourth. Giants still with 5 hits in the game.
Before coming up 5-1 for the Giants. Once again, fans, don't forget, we got a full day of baseball right here tomorrow. Once again, the Mavericks and the Giants. Tomorrow afternoon's game is a makeup game for one that was rained out in Fort Mac earlier this season, so that's a 3 p.m. start. The Mavericks will be officially the away team for that game. And then 7 o'clock tomorrow night, it is Superhero Night. Fans, you're encouraged to come dressed up in a costume, superhero style. Parents, bring your cameras. There's going to be lots of great photo ops.
Mercury is still pitching for the Giants. He has a 5-1 lead going into the bottom of the fourth. Through 3, he's given up 1 run on 2 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 2, Rodriguez and Dre. It's going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters from the Mavericks here in the fourth. Sal Rodriguez, Canjura, and David Vilches. Rodriguez is one of those 2 strikeouts from Mercure this game. If you're listening now, you might be tomorrow, and we just want to let you know for the 3 p.m. game, due to the doubleheader playing at 3 and 7 tomorrow, the 7 o'clock game will be a live stream with audio and video. The 3 o'clock game will only be a live stream with audio. We won't be doing video for the 3 o'clock game due to our battery life only lasting 1 game. We're going to save it for the 7 o'clock game. The 3 o'clock game will just be audio, so it'll be a radio call still on our regular live stream here on YouTube, linked to our Facebook. So you can listen in, but you won't be able to watch, but you can follow along on Point Streak. So you can listen while you follow along on Point Streak, and you can watch the game at 7:05. One and 2 count at the plate to Sal Rodriguez, the leadoff batter here in the 4th inning. And Rodriguez is going to bloop this one into right field. It's a leadoff single for the Mavericks batter.
Second baseman, Louis Canjura.
Good contact from Rodriguez, just powered that one into right field. Got a lot of muscle behind it, and he gets on base with a leadoff base hit. One on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Louis Canjura steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Canjura gets down 0-2 in the count. Fouls one off behind home plate. And Mercure is now looking for the first out of the inning. And possibly his 3rd strikeout of the night. And he's going to get that as Louis Canjura is going to go down swinging. Mercure gets his 3rd strikeout of the evening and the first out of the 4th.
Now batting for the Mavericks, the third baseman, number 27, David Vilches.
Vilches steps up to the plate for the second time. He walked in the second inning. And he gets ahead in this one, 1-0. David Vilches with 2 home runs and 21 RBI on the season comes on with 1 gone, and Sal Rodriguez on first base. Rodriguez with a base hit here in the 4th inning. And Vilches is up 2-0, watches the first 2 go by outside. And Vilches gets underneath this one. He's going to pop it up very high over by first base. Zachary Coronios is going to get under it. He'll make the grab, and that's 2 outs now for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 4th.
Left fielder number 11, Julian Lee.
Julian Lee now steps up to the plate for the second time. He has one of the Mavericks' 3 hits in the ball game. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the second inning. We'll see if he can get hit number 2 here in the 4th with a runner on. First pitch is in there, called strike. And the count is 0-1. McMurray getting ahead, looking for the 3rd out of the inning. Second pitch up high, can't find a strike zone. And the count at the plate is 2-1. Quick play from Jonathan Lindell, the catcher, to throw it over to first. He thought he saw Sal Rodriguez drifting off the plate, and he did. Rodriguez with a good dive back to get back in time. Extends the 4th inning here. There's no out on the base runner. Three and 1 at the plate. Another missed pitch from McMurray. Julian Lee watching a few go by and gets well ahead. And he's going to hit this one hard into center field. This one's going to find some grass. Rodriguez is turning second and going for third. He's going to be in there. It's a single for Julian Lee. He's 2 for 2 on the night.
Right fielder number 9, Jordan Gray.
Runners on the corners for the Mavericks. Sal Rodriguez on third and Julian Lee on second base. Trying to make some noise here in the 4th and get a few more runs around. Cut into this 5-1 Giants lead in the bottom of the 4th. Jordan Dre steps up to the plate for the second time. He's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Slider from McMurray is a called strike, 0-1. Sorry, my mistake. 1-0. That one looked like it was over the plate. Not called a strike. It's 1-0. Two and 0's the count. That one down low and inside. Two 2-0 count at the plate with runners on the corners for the Mavs. And 2 outs. Third pitch is fouled from Jordan Dre. Makes the count 2-1. Two. That one is called a strike. Over top of the plate. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2 on for the Mavericks here in the 4th. And Dre is going to fly this one into short right field. Second baseman Drew Dickerson gets under it. And Dickerson's going to get to third out of the bottom of the fourth. And we go into the fifth inning here at Athletic Park.
It's 5-1 for the Fort McMurray Giants. All right, fans, normally this time of the game, we invite you to stand and maybe do a little bit of dancing. And tonight we're going to do the same thing. However, tonight we need you to stand up and flex those muscles a little bit. It's a gun show tonight. So let's see those muscles, everyone. Your chance to win pizza from TJ's Pizza. Let's see those muscles. Come on now. Come on, we need some muscles.
Junpei Akanuma still pitching here in the fifth inning for the Mavericks. Through 4 innings, Akanuma's given up 5 runs to the Giants on 5 hits and 1 walk. He struck out 5 Giants batters. He struck out 3 Giants batters 5 times. Lasciavo and Tristan Richardson both being punched out twice.
You know what? No, I got nothing here. Kleenex. Here you go.
Here in the 5th inning, he'll have to face off against the 2-3-4 hitters from the Giants, B.J. Menarson, Jonathan Lindell, and Liam Rahala. Menarson 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI double in the 2nd inning. And he'll foul off the first pitch of the 5th inning. Lindell is 2 for 2, and Rahala is also 1 for 2. The first 4 batters of the order for the Giants, all with 1 hit, at least, with Lindell having 2.
And jersey winner tonight, congratulations, Easton Stratton.
Second pitch from Akanuma to Menarson is in there. It's an 0-2 count.
Jersey draw table and the concourse level there to claim your prize. Way to go.
Garza, no outs yet. Leadoff batter. One and 2 as Akanuma throws one in the dirt. And Menarson, the leadoff batter, is going to fly this one into left field foul territory. Vilches gets under it to third baseman. And the leadoff batter here in the 5th is retired. Menarson pops up just behind third base.
And Serenity Flow Center, let them help you relieve stress, pain, and anxiety. The healing benefits of rest and relaxation.
Jonathan Lindell steps up to the plate for the 3rd time. He's 2 for 2 in the game with 2 singles. He singled twice into right field. He'll be looking to get on for the 3rd time today.
Now batting number 15, Jonathan Lindell, the catcher.
First pitch to Lindell is outside. It's 1-0. And Lindell is going to hit this one high over top of second base. Carson Johnson's under it. And that's 2 straight pop-ups into the infield. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Akanuma hasn't given up a run since the 2nd inning. Only that first inning where he gave up 4 was a major struggle for the Mavericks starting pitcher. Liam Rahala steps up to the plate now. The shortstop is 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. He doubled in the first inning and later scored.
Copy that.
1-1 at the plate to Liam Rahala, the Giants shortstop. And he's going to swing through an Akanuma pitch that's outside. Rahala chasing that one. Can't keep up with it. It's 1-2 now. Good pitch from JP. Trying to get out of the fifth here. Not going to do so in 4 pitches. Rahala watches that one go by. Good decision from him. It was high and wide. Makes the count 2-2. And Rahala is going to ground this one towards Louis Canchura. Canchura makes the grab and makes the throw over to first. Ends the top of the fifth. McMurray still hasn't scored since the second inning, but they do lead 5-1 after a 4-run first.
Bottom of 5 coming up, 5-1 for Fort McMurray. All right, guys, something's going on down the field level. Let's find out what it is. W.
Hey everyone, I'm down here on the field with Wyatt and Kirk, and they're here to play the Cottonwood Coulee closest to the pin challenge. All right, guys, 3 balls. Whoever gets it closest to the flag that Monty's holding behind the backstop wins a cool prize. All right, let's see who you guys got.
Bottom of the fifth now is Chris Mercure's going to step up onto the mound for the Giants for the 5th inning. Through 4, he's only given up 1 run to the Mavericks on 4 hits and 2 walks. Mavericks starting to get a few hits this game, but not doing anything with it. Mercury's only given up hits to Colton Wright, Sal Rodriguez, and 2 from Julian Lee so far this game. Here in the 5th inning, it's going to be David Salguero, Carson Johnson, and Colton Wright stepping up to the plate. Top of the order from the Mavericks. Salguero leading off here in the top of the 5th. So far this season, he has 18 stolen bases. He runs a lot when he's on base and usually makes it in there. He's only been caught stealing 2 times. Stealing bases at a 90% ratio. He has 39 hits on the year, which is 2nd on the team, only behind the man who bats behind him in the number 2 spot, Carson Johnson, who has 43. Salguero steps up to the plate now, looking for hit number 40 on the year. Mercure trying to get out of the 5th, still up 5-1. It's been a good start from the Giants pitcher, number 7.
David Salguero.
(1-0) count to Salguero. Salguero watches it go by, and he gets ahead in the count. And the second pitch is just as the first. Outside of the strike zone again, makes the count 2-0. (3-0) count now. Salguero watching them all go by. Good choice from him because the ump has agreed with him on every call. 3 balls, no strikes. And Salguero is going to walk on 4th pitches. The leadoff batter gets on. We'll see what Salguero can do around the bases. Watch if he goes or not. Carson Johnson has the 1 run of the game so far for the Mavericks. Run number 44 on the season for him. He leads the entire league in that category. He has 40 hits as well. First pitch is outside to Johnson. It's 1-0. That one a fastball down the middle from Mercure. Making sure he got that one over the strike zone. Right down the middle, it's 1-1. And Johnson's going to ground this one towards the first baseman, Coronios. And both runners are going to be on board. Salguero beats the throw, and Carson Johnson beats it over to first.
Now batting the catcher, number 25, Colton Wright.
Two runners on for the Mavericks. Good hustle from both Salguero and Johnson to beat the throws. Colton Wright steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first inning. Two on, nobody out here in the fifth. Mavericks currently down 4 runs. This is a good opportunity for them to get a few more on the board. One and one at the plate. The slider gets away from Mercure. Can't find the plate, and it's 1-1. And Colton Wright's going to ground this one past the third baseman, B.J. Menarson. And it's an RBI single from Colton Wright. David Salguero comes around to score from second. Colton Wright 2 for 3 now with an RBI. Cuts the Giants' lead to 5-2 in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting for the Mavericks is number 31, Zach Gray.
Zach Gray steps up to the plate now for the third time. He's 0 for 2. He flew out to center in the third and reached via an error in the first inning and got an RBI that time as well. Comes up to the plate with 2 Mavericks runners on board, nobody out, and the Mavericks down 3. Fouls off the second pitch, and that makes the count 1-1. Sal Rodriguez on deck. Rodriguez is 1 for 2. He singled his last time batting. Third pitch is in the dirt. Jonathan Lindell has to block that one from going back to the base stop. 1-2 count at the plate. 2-1 count, sorry. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's now 3 pitches away from the plate. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Zach Gray watching a few go by. Trying to possibly load the bases with a walk here in the 5th inning. And he will. Zach Gray is walked on the first in 5 pitches. Quick mound meeting from the Giants. Chris Mercure is already allowed 1 run to come around. No outs here in the 5th, and the bases are loaded. Salguero has already come around to score. Carson Johnson's currently on third base for the Mavericks. Colton Wright's out there on second, and Zach Gray on first. Top of the order has been doing their job here in the 5th inning. This has all been made by the hustle from Salguero and Johnson when Johnson grounded towards the first baseman, and Zachary Coronios made the throw over to second. Salguero beat the throw, and Johnson beat it to first, and that's led to 1 run come around and 3 aboard for the Mavericks with Sal Rodriguez stepping up to the plate. Mavericks currently down 5-2. And Rodriguez watches the first pitch go by for a ball down low. Makes the count 1-0. Two straight pitches off the plate makes the count 2-0. That one inside and high. Rodriguez watches it go by. No strikes yet, 2 balls. 3 on and nobody out. It's another pitch inside of the plate. Count is 3-0. Rodriguez gets himself in a good position. He's a team first batter. Might just be looking to get the RBI from the walk here. But the 4th pitch is called a strike in the upper half of the strike zone. Good pitch from Mercure. Just got the strike zone there. It's 3-1. And Rodriguez is going to foul one off into the right field foul territory. Both Tristan Richardson and Zachary Coronios are after it, but neither can come up with it. Foul ball from Sal Rodriguez fills the count 3-2. Louis Canjura is on deck for the Mavericks. Canjura is 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout. Sal Rodriguez is looking for his second base hit of the night. He's not looking for that second strikeout of the evening. Chris Mercure struck out 3 Mavericks batters. He's looking for strikeout number 4 in the first out of this inning. And Rodriguez is going to go down swinging, a slider outside. Rodriguez was chasing after that one. Looking to get on board, can't do so, and that's the first out here in the 5th inning.
Second baseman number 4, Louis Ventura.
Now batting for the Mavericks with the bases loaded and only 1 out is number 4, Louis Canjura. Canjura playing second base tonight. He's 0 for 2. He spent the last couple of weeks playing third. And just with some rest, he's playing second this evening. Canjura fouls off the second straight pitch. Mercure gets ahead in this one, 0-2. At the plate. Canjura looking to get on. And he's going to strike out swinging. That's Canjura's second strikeout of the evening. Mercure loads the bases and then strikes out 2 Mavericks batters. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th for David Vilches. Vilches is over 1. He walked in his second inning. One of the most impressive hits of the season here at Athletic Park was Vilches' home run over top of the scoreboard in left field. We'll see if he can replicate that here. It'll be even better this time. Mavericks currently down 3 in the 5th inning. Don't want to leave a bases loaded opportunity with no runs coming around. They're down to their final out here in the 5th inning though, so something has to happen here for that to happen. 1-1, good pitch from Mercure there as it finds the outside corner of the strike zone. Mercure finding his spot. It's 1-1. Third pitch from McMurray finds the dirt. Cannot find the strike zone for the second straight pitch. Makes the count 2-1. Mavericks have already brought around 1 run this inning. They'll be looking for more here. And Vilch is going to ground this one towards the third baseman, B.J. Minarson, and he's going to step on third to get the out. And the Mavericks are going to blow a bases loaded opportunity here in the 5th inning.
Tonight's game brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Leave worry behind when you go to Jiffy Lube. They're more than oil changes. They're batteries, fuel and air filters, wipers, tranny and rat flags.
Mavericks leave 3 on the board. They're in the 5th, and they're still down 5-2 going into the 6th inning. Chris McMurray does a great job of getting out of that jam. Allowed 3 runners to get aboard. Then struck out 2 and got Vilches grounding out to the third baseman, B.J. Minarson. Junpai Akanuma comes out to pitch here in the 6th. Through 5 innings, he's given up 5 runs to the Giants on 5 hits and 1 walk. He's also struck out 3 Giants batters a total of 5 times. John Lasciavo and Tristan Richardson both being punched out twice, with Mike Bowes also being punched out 1 time. Here in the 6th inning, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters from the Giants, Drew Dickerson, Zachary Coronios, and Mike Bowes. Dickerson's 0 for 1 with a walk. Zachary Coronios and Mike Bowes are both 0 for 2. Giants are carrying a 5-2 lead going into the 6th. They scored 4 in the 1st and 1 run again in the 2nd. Haven't been able to score on Akanuma since.
They got hitter for the Giants in their half of the 6th inning. Number 18, Drew Dickerson.
Top of the 6th inning now. Drew Dickerson leading off for the Giants, and he's going to hit this one high and hard into left center. And that one's out the wall. Salguero makes a catch on the warning track. Good play from the Mavericks center fielder as he crashed into the wall that time. Good speed shown to get to that ball. That was a deep fly ball from Dickerson. Almost made his way out of the park, but landed on the warning track. Salguero makes the catch. Leadoff batter here in the 6th inning is retired from the Mavericks. Zachary Coronios steps up to the plate for the 3rd time. He flew out to Julian Lee in the 3rd inning over there in left field. He's going to hit this one into right field. This time, Jordan Dre gets under it. 2 up, 2 down. Giants being retired very early here in the 6th.
Now batting the beer batter, number 99, DH Mike Bowes. He strikes out. That's Delaware beer for the next 10 minutes. Brought to you by Budget Blinds.
Mike Bowes steps up to the plate for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout. Called strike on the first pitch from Akanuma. Looking to punch him out for the 2nd time and get a 6th strikeout of the evening. More importantly, he's looking for the 3rd out of this 6th inning, trying to get out of it unscathed for the 4th straight inning and keep the Mavericks in a 3-run game. 0-2 count at the plate as Bowes fouls one off. And that one's going to be way inside. Mike Bowes has to hop away. That one was close to striking him on the leg. It's a 1-2 count at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 6th. Mike Bowes looking to get on for the Giants as he fouls one off. Keeps the count 1-2, and Bowes will have another opportunity at the plate. Here comes the 5th pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to be outside. Colton Wright has to reach for that one. That pitch evens up the count 2-2.
Sorry, can you say that again? 10-4.
Mike Bowes extending this at-bat, and he is going to strike out looking. Akanuma gets him on the outside corner. Mike Bowes goes down for the 2nd time this game.
There you go, fans. We picked the right beer batter tonight. That's $1 off beer again for the next 10 minutes. It is 8:38. We up till 8:48 for $1 off beer. And fans, don't forget, we got another beer.
5-2 going into the bottom of the 6th. Giants still leading. Giants still only have 5 hits this game. Medicine Hat has climbed back in that category. They have 5 as well. They haven't been able to do as much with their hits this game. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters from the Mavericks in the bottom of the 6th. Julian Lee, Jordan Dre, and David Salguero. Lee is 2 for 2. Jordan Dre and Salguero both 0 for 2. Chris Mercure comes out for the 6th inning. Through 5, he's given up 2 runs on 5 hits and 4 walks. He's allowed quite a few Mavericks batters to get on board, but he's made sure that the Mavericks have done nothing with that here in this game. He's also struck out 5 Mavericks batters. Mavericks stranded the bases loaded in the 5th inning. Could not do anything with them, but they still did get 1 run in the 5th. We'll see if they can get 1 or more here in the 6th inning.
Lead up here for the Mavericks in their half of the 6th inning. It's number 11, left fielder Julian Lee.
Julian Lee steps up to the plate for the 3rd time. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And the first pitch is over the strike zone on the other half. It's the count 0-1. Second pitch from Mercure finds the dirt, makes the count 1-1. And Lee's going to foul this one off high into right field foul territory. Tristan Richardson's after it, and it's going to drop to can't make the play, and makes the count 1-2. Lee's going to ground this one towards B.J. Menarson. And Menarson's going to make the throw over to first. Gets the first out of the 6th inning. 5-3 makes the play. Julian Lee's retired for the first time this game. First batter of the bottom of the 6th is retired. 1 out with nobody on, and Jordan Dre steps up to the plate. Right fielder for the Mavericks is 0 for 2 on the day, but he'll be plunked on the back.
Top of the order now for the Mavericks, the center fielder, number 2.
Dre gets plunked right on the back. Not too hard of a pitch, so it's nothing too dangerous. Dre will get aboard for the first time this game. Not exactly the way he wanted to, but I'll be happy to be on first base with 1 out here in the 6th inning as David Salguero steps up to the plate. Salguero is 0 for 2 this game with a walk. He walked and scored in the 5th inning. He'll look to get on base for the 2nd straight at bat here in the 6th.
Last call, 50-50 fans, last call. If you don't have your 50-50 ticket yet, raise your hands or go down to the TV booth. Final chance right now.
Two-0 count at the plate. Salguero watching a few go by.
Okay.
Salguero was walked in 4 pitches in the 5th inning. Gets ahead 2-0 here. And that'll make it 3 balls, no strikes on the 3rd pitch. That one up high. Can't keep it low enough to find the strike zone. 3-0, Salguero looking for his 2nd straight 4-pitch walk. And he's going to get it. Salguero has walked in 4. He's still 0 for 2, but he's been on twice now. He walked in the 5th inning and scored, so maybe he can score again after the 6th inning walk. And we're going to get a pitching change from the Giants. Mercure is going to go 5 1/3, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits and 5 walks. He struck out 3 Mavericks batters 5 times, Rodriguez and Cantura twice, and Jordan Dre once. Good outing from the Giants starting pitcher, only giving up 2 runs on 5 hits.
Check your program, fans. If yours is signed by number 17, Junior Pinatel on the Taco Time ad, you win a Taco Time combo.
Guards, can you see who that is?
The mall and Dunbar Road locations.
Can you see who that is?
This afternoon brought to you by the Canadian Western Bank. Whether you're buying a home or planning for retirement or other banking needs, Canadian Western Bank offers a competitive rate and exceptional service you won't find anywhere else. Visit them, 13th Avenue, or call them to learn how they can help you out at Canadian Western Bank.
I know. It's a 20-something. It's a 20-something. Number 21, Ryan Dunn, comes onto the mound for the Giants here in the 6th inning. He comes on with 2 Mavericks batters on board, Jordan Dre on second and David Salguero currently on first with 1 out.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Carson Johnson is going to be the first batter that Dunn faces tonight. Johnson's 0 for 2 with a walk. Steps up with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch from Dunn is down low, can't find a strike zone. Dunn is making his 14th appearance out of the bullpen. Through 13 appearances, he's pitched 14 innings, giving up 13 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned. He's walked 10 batters, only striking out 1. Dunn has an 0-2 record this season with a 4.50 ERA. Through 14 innings, 13 hits, 9 runs, 10 walks, and only 1 strikeout for Ryan Dunn. Pitching against Carson Johnson here. Ryan Dunn gets behind 3-0. Johnson looking to be walked for the second time this game. Still with no hits, but it'll be like Salguero 0 for 2 with 2 walks. In a 3-0 count against Ryan Dunn. And it's a called strike at the plate. Dunn finds the inside bottom half corner. Good pitch from the reliever as he finds his spot there. And Johnson's going to be walked in 5 pitches. And that'll load the bases for the Mavericks here in the 6th inning.
Bases juiced for the catcher, Colton Wright.
2 straight innings now where the Mavericks have the bases loaded. Last inning in the 5th, they had them loaded with no outs, and they ended up bringing nobody around. We'll see what they can do here in the 6th with 1 out, and the bases loaded with Colton Wright at the plate. Wright is 2 for 3. He singled in the 5th inning, getting the RBI. Salguero came around to score from second. The only run that the Mavericks could get there in the 5th. Another good opportunity for them to get back in the game here in the 6th inning. As Colton Wright watches the first pitch go by, it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike at the plate. 1 out and the bases loaded for Colton Wright. And the second pitch is done, sends outside. Wright watches that go by, and it's 1-1. Zach Gray on deck for the Mavericks. And Wright is going to pop this one up to first baseman Zachary Coronios. And that's the second out of the 6th inning. Mavericks down to their 3rd out here in the 6th with the bases loaded again. They won't want to go 2 straight innings getting no runs on loaded bases. Zach Gray with an opportunity here to get a couple around. He already has 1 RBI this game. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
10-4.
Zach Gray walked in the 5th inning but was left on base. Jordan Dre on 3rd, David Salguero on 2nd base, and Carson Johnson out there on 1st. Zach Gray at the plate. They'll be looking to bring around 1 or more to cut into the Giants' lead. Gray in a good count at the plate. It's 2-0. 2-1 count. A changeup from Ryan Dunn just drifts in there. Called strike over top of the plate. Gray didn't like that one. He looks it off. But the 4th pitch is outside from Dunn. Can't find the strike zone again. Makes the count 3-1. Gray just looking to bring 1 run in via the walk if he can on the next pitch. And he will. Dunn throws one in the dirt. Another run comes around to score for the Mavericks. Makes the score 5-3 for the Giants. Gray walks for the 2nd time this game and gets his 2nd RBI of the night.
Number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
5-3 is the score for the Giants here in the bottom of the 6th. Mavericks now scored in the 5th and 6th. They're looking to come back here in this game. Sal Rodriguez steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He singled in the 4th and has struck out twice. He struck out swinging in the 1st and 5th innings. Base is still juiced here in the 6th with 2 outs. And it's going to be an 0-2 count to Rodriguez as he fouls off the 2nd pitch. Rodriguez trying not to be struck out for the third time this game. No balls, 2 strikes at the plate, 2 outs, 3 on. And the slider from Dunn can't find a strike zone, too high. It's 1-2 at the plate. Rodriguez watches another one go by. Good decision from him. That one's in the dirt. No swing at the plate. And the count is even, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes at the plate. Counts even. 2 outs, 3 on. And Rodriguez watches another slider go by. That one up high again. Dunn struggling to get these sliders down into the strike zone. Full count at the plate. Mavericks only down 2 runs. It's 5-3. And it's a foul ball from Sal Rodriguez. This one into the netting behind home plate. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. Giants lead 5-3. Mavericks have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And it's a full count at the plate. Sal Rodriguez. Is going to foul off another one into the netting behind home plate. Salguero and Johnson on third and second. They're looking to score, both with big leads on their bases. Zach Gray on first base as well. And Rodriguez is going to foul off a third pitch of this at bat. Eight pitches now in this at bat to Rodriguez. It's been a good plate appearance from number 20, the designated hitter. Waiting for pitch number 9 now. Rodriguez and Johnson both with big leads off their bases. They're looking to score here. And Rodriguez is going to be walked in 9 pitches. 1 run's going to come around. Makes the score 5-4 for the Giants. Mavericks with a serious case of the comeback here in the 6th inning. 2 runs have come around to score. Now, from walks, and Ryan Dunn is going to be replaced.
Tonight's game brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Drive-up service, no appointment needed. And Jiffy Lube, located on Dunkmore Road behind Earl's, now accepting air miles. This afternoon brought to you by
Another pitching change from the Giants. Ryan Dunn gets through 1/3 of an inning, walking 2 batters, allowing no hits. Only getting 1 out from the Mavericks.
Final chance at ice cream now.
Pitching now for the Giants is going to be number 17, the left-handed reliever, Matt Otson. He comes into the 6th inning with 3 on and 2 outs. Ryan Dunn got 1 out here in the 6th, but allowed 2 runners to come around. Both scored to Chris McMurray. Otson comes in. He has to get 1 out, allowing no runs to come around to keep the score 5-4 for Fort McMurray.
Available now. You saw them the other night. Get yours now at the souvenir booth. number 4, Louis Canjura.
Canjura steps up to the plate. He'll be the first batter that Matt Austin faces here in the 6th. Johnson on third, Zach Gray on second, and Sal Rodriguez on first base for the Mavericks. 2 outs here in the 6th. It's 5-4 for the Giants. Mavericks trying to come back in this one. Two-0 count at the plate. 2 straight pitches from Watson in the dirt. Louis Canjura, 2 straight at-bats have struck out swinging. He's 0 for 3, looking to get on base for the first time this game and bring around a run. One more run will tie it for the Mavericks. And it's 3-0. Mavericks batters being very patient at the plate, allowing runs to come in via the walk. This could be the 3rd straight. And it will be. Louis Canjura walks in 4 pitches. Another run comes around, and it's 5-5 here at Athletic Park. Now 5 runs being charged to Chris McMurray. McMurray going 5 1/3 this game, giving up 5 runs on 5 hits and 6 walks. Ended up not being the outing he was looking for due to his relievers, allowing those runs to come in. Vilch is at the plate now, comes on with 2 outs, and the base is still loaded. Two-0 at the plate, and Vilches watches a 3rd straight ball go by. Austin's thrown 7 pitches, all of them balls, no strikes yet. Mavericks could walk in their 4th straight run. Zach Gray was walked and is now on 3rd base, and Rodriguez was then walked. He's on 2nd. Louis Canjura is walked. He's on 1st, and now Vilches is walked in 4 pitches. Mavericks take the lead. It's 6-5. All 4 runs here in the 6th coming in via walks. Six to 5 lead for the Mavericks here in the 6th.
Let's call tonight's 50-50 winning numbers right now. If you're ready, here we go. 50-50 winning numbers. 46709. 46709. Go now to the Mavericks office to claim your prize.
Mavericks had the bases loaded in the 5th inning with no outs and couldn't bring around a run. In the 6th inning here, they got them loaded again with 1 out. And they have 1 out since, but they've brought around 4 runs. Julian Lee now at the plate. Comes up for his 4th at bat. He's 2 for 3. He singled twice. 1-0 count. 9 straight balls from Matt Otson. Struggling to find a strike zone. And he will there. Calls the strike on the outside bottom half. Count to Lee is now 1-1. And Lee's going to bloop this one into left field foul territory. B.J. Menarson gets after it behind 3rd base, makes a catch, and that'll end the 6th inning. Mavericks come all the way back and now have a lead after 6. Mavericks have 6 runs. Giants have 5. Mavericks getting 4 runs there in the 6th, all from walks. You don't see that every day in the Western Major Baseball League.
Home Team Home Run Challenge. Brought to you by Tori Netson and Sean Vandersproot at Royal LePage Community Realty. Let's head down to the right field line, guys. Down to you.
Hey guys, out here tonight we have Gabe and Silas. They're ready to play the home team home run challenge. Boys, you have 3 shots. Try and hit it as far as you can. And the person who does it wins a super cool prize. Are you ready? First shot. Oh, good first ball. You're not the team, but that's okay. Second try.
Junpei Akanuma comes out for the 7th inning here after a long break there in the bottom of the 6th. Akanuma, through 6 innings, has given up 5 runs on 5 hits and a walk. He struck out Giants batters 6 times. He's only struck out 3 Giants batters, though. Mike Bowes, John Lasciavo, and Tristan Richardson, all 3 of them 2 times. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters from the Giants here in the 7th. Lasciavo, Richardson, and Jordan Sickler. Jordan Sickler's 1 for 3. Lasciavo and Richardson both 0 for 2.
MedicineAtHomeTeam.ca.
Who is this guy?
Lasciavo will bunt towards the first baseman, Gray. And he's going to be out on first. Junpei Akanuma steps on first before Lasciavo can get there. 3-1 makes the play. And the first batter from the Giants is retired here in the 7th. Lasciavo's retired for the 3rd time this game, as Tristan Richardson steps up to the plate, 0 for 2.
You got Giants scored 4 runs, so you can add that to the board. No, we went around the order.
1-1 count at the plate now. And that'll be 2-1. Richardson watches another one go by, gets ahead in the count.
Who drives the back count?
And Richardson's going to swing right through one there.
Really allow the drivers to have that kind of creative license.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the 7th. Richardson's already struck out twice. And he'll foul one off, keeps the count at 2-2. Two still here to Richardson, and Richardson's going to fly this one into deep left field. This one could be over Lee's head. It is on the warning track. That one takes 1 bounce off the wall, and Richardson has a stand-up double. Runner now on for the Giants here in the 7th inning. Jordan Sickler steps up to the plate for the 4th time. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Singled and scored in the 2nd inning. He has 2 runs so far for the Giants. Comes on with 1 gone and a man on second. Tristan Richardson out there on second base for the Giants. Oh, and 1 at the plate to Stickler as he backs out quick and takes time. And the second pitch for Makanuma is in there on the outer half. Good pitch as Akanuma finds his spot with the fastball on the outside corner.
Infield in.
1-1 count as the second pitch was called a ball. I mean 1-2 as the third pitch was fouled off from Jordan Stickler. Second pitch for Makanuma was very close to that corner on the outside. Just called outside from the umpire. So 1-2 count at the plate with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And Stickler's going to ground this one towards Louis Kanjura at second. Kanjura is going to make the grab and the throw. He gets the out at first. The runner advances to third. Tristan Richardson now on third base for the Giants. Quick mound meeting for the Mavericks. They're going to keep Junpei in there. Junpei only needs one more out to get out of the 7th inning here. BJ Menarson steps up to the plate. He'll try to tie this game as the runner for the Giants is on third. Akanuma sends him a slider on the outer half. Menarson watches that one go by. It's 0-1. Inside pitch from Akanuma at that time. A hard one down low. Menarson swings on and connects with, but fouls it off down the third base line. It's 0-2. Count, 2 outs here in the 7th. And the third pitch from Akanuma is well outside. Makes the count 1-2. Menarson with an RBI double in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Tristan Richardson on third for the Giants. And Junpei Akanuma is going to hit Menarson in the shoulder with a slider. Couldn't get enough break on that one. And Menarson's on first after the hit by pitch. Gets runners on the corners for the Giants. Two runners now on for the Giants. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Mavericks up 1 run, 6-5. Jonathan Lindau steps up to the plate. He singled twice in the 1st and the 2nd inning. He's 2 for 3. He'll be looking for his third base hit of the night here. And he's going to chop this one towards David Vilches at third base. Vilches with the hard throw to first, and he guns him out. The hard throw in third baseman tonight, David Vilches, makes a good throw to first to end the top of the 7th. Mavericks still lead 6-5. Vilches with a couple good hard throws on third base tonight. He's filling in for Louis Kanjura, who moved over to second base tonight. And Louis Kanjura is filling in for the regular Nolan Radeye. Vilches is filling in just nicely. He's made a couple good plays over there in the hot corner. We have a tight one here at Athletic Park going into the bottom of the 7th. Mavericks lead 6-5.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Get yourself to hand.
Another pitching change for the Fort McMurray Giants. Number 4, Alan Brown, comes onto the mound, the left-handed reliever.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Copy that.
Alan Brown makes his 16th appearance out of the bullpen for the Giants this year. Brown, through 15 appearances, has thrown 18 in the third innings, giving up 19 hits, 12 runs, 11 of them earned. He's walked 7 batters and struck out 9. He has a 2-1 record and a 4.20 ERA. 19 hits given up in 18 in the third, 9 strikeouts and 11 earned runs. 2-1 record with a 4.20 ERA for the Giants reliever, who is making his 16th appearance of the season. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 7th. Jordan Dre will be the first batter that Alan Brown faces here in the 7th inning at Athletic Park. Mavericks currently lead 6-5 after scoring 1 in the 5th and 4 in the 6th inning. Fort McMurray scored 4 in the 1st and 1 in the 2nd. Mavericks scoring 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 5th, and 4 in the 6th to complete the comeback. Now they have a 1-run lead to hold on to. 2-0 count at the plate. First 2 pitches from Alan Brown are outside. And that one's in the dirt from Brown. Makes the count 3-0. Count, and Jordan Dre is going to be walked in 4 pitches. That's the 11th walk of the night for Mavericks batters. Their season record is 17. Also against the Fort McMurray Giants whenever they came here a few weeks ago.
Number 2, top of the order, David Salguero.
Salguero steps up to the plate for the 5th time. He's 0 for 2. He's walked twice and scored twice in the 5th and the 6th innings. You don't want to walk this center fielder. Last 2 times he scored for the Mavericks. Gets ahead early in a 2-0 count. 6 pitches now from Alan Brown, all 6 of them balls. And that one's going to find the inside half of the plate. Good pitch from Alan Brown. Called strike, it's 2-1. And Salguero's going to bunt this one just foul down the first base line. He evens up the count, 2-2. Even count, 2-2 to Salguero. 1 on for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 7th. No outs. And Salguero's going to hit the hard ground ball down the line past the third baseman, B.J. Minarson. And Salguero has his first hit of the night. Salguero is 1 for 3 now, and there's now 2 on for the Mavericks with no outs. And Carson Johnson shows bunt on the first pitch. Fouls it off behind home plate. Popped it up, kind of. Back towards the netting. Oh, and 1's the count to Carson Johnson, who's 0 for 2. He's walked twice in this game in the first and sixth inning. He scored both times. Shows bunt again, but that one's up high, 1-1. Two and one's the count. Carson Johnson pulls away another bunt to watch it go by as the ball. Johnson gets ahead now. And that one is inside the strike zone. Johnson pulls away another bunt effort. 3-1's the count. Alan Brown struggling to put these over the strike zone. And Johnson's going to foul that one off on the bunt attempt. Fills the count, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes here with 2 runners on for the Mavericks and nobody out. Johnson looking to get on for the 3rd time this game. Alan Brown looking for the first out of the inning. And Johnson's going to fly this one high into left field. John Lasciavo backs up and makes the grab. Gets the first out of the inning. One retired, 2 still on for the Mavericks.
For the Mavericks, number 25, the catcher, Colton Wright.
Colton Wright steps up to the plate. He's 2 for 4 in a day. He's singled in the 1st and 5th innings. Two singles on a day for Colton Wright. Steps up with 2 on and 1 out. Mavericks still with that 6-5 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And Wright's going to lace this one into left center. Jordan Dre's coming around. Salguero's coming around. They're bringing around 2. It'll be a 2 RBI double for Colton Wright here in the 7th inning. Hard line drive from the catcher. It's his 3rd hit of the night. Colton Wright now 3 for 5 with 3 RBI. Mavericks take the 8-5 lead.
Zach Gray, first baseman.
Zach Gray steps up to the plate. 0 for 2 on a day. He's walked twice. He got an RBI in the 6th inning and scored from his last walk. Comes on with a runner on second base and an 8-5 Mavericks lead. Colton Wright with a 2 RBI double. Still 1 out here in the 7th inning. Two and 2 is the count at the plate to Zach Gray. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And Gray is going to go down swinging. The second out of the inning, his first strikeout of the game. Rodriguez is stepping up to the plate for the 5th time now tonight. He's 1 for 3. He walked in the 6th inning with an RBI as well. Lots of RBI walks in the 6th. Mavericks scored 4 runs in that 6th inning, all via the walk. First pitch to Rodriguez here is in the dirt. It's a 1-0 count. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 7th. Colton Wright still on second base after his 2 RBI double.
Say that again.
And you're going to say Rodriguez was hit by the pitch.
Copy.
Rodriguez takes his base on at first. After the intentional walk, sorry, it was not hit by the pitch. And Kanjura is going to ground out to Cronios on first. He's going to step on the bag and get the out.
Okay, let's go down to the Mavericks bullpen area where
We're through 7 now, going into the top of the 8th. Mavericks lead 8-5.
We have Deacon out there who's going to join the Source One paddock tonight. Deacon, you have 4 shots with tons of days off after the game. So first ball, the pitchers are going to try to get to you. 425 high balls. Oh, that was close, okay? Second ball, 30 seconds.
Going to be a pitching change from the Mavericks going into the top of the 8th. Jonathan Smithy comes in relief for the Mavericks. Jonathan Smithy comes in relief here at the top of the 8th for the Mavericks. Junpei Akanuma threw 7 innings tonight. Through 7 innings, Junpei Akanuma gave up 5 runs on 6 hits and a walk. He struck out 3 Giants batters at a total of 6 times: Mike Bowes, John Lasciavo, and Tristan Richardson. Jonathan Smithy has been one of the best pitchers out of relief for the Mavericks this year. Through 10 appearances, Smithy has pitched 15 2/3, only given 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Smithy has also only walked 3 batters and struck out 16 through 15 2/3. He has a 0-0 record with a 1.34 ERA. He'll go through the 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the 8th inning: Liam Rahala, Drew Dickerson, and Zachary Coronios. It's an 0-2 count at the plate. Smithy looking for the strikeout in 3 pitches. He's not going to get it. That one inside. And it's now a 2-2 count. Smithy with 2 straight pitches inside. And Smithy does strike out Liam Rahala in 5 pitches. Rahala went around, and that's the first out of the 8th inning. One batter faced from Jonathan Smithy, and he strikes him out. He's now going up against the second baseman, Drew Dickerson, who's 0 for 2 with a walk this game.
You're a little loud.
0-1 count at the plate. And Drew Dickerson's going to swing right through one to make it 0-2. A foul ball and swinging right through. Smithy looking for 2 straight strikeouts here in the 8th inning. And he's going to go down looking. Drew Dickerson is struck out for the first time tonight. He's 0 for 3 now. Smithy with 2 outs here, both strikeouts. Zachary Acronio steps up for the 4th time. 0 for 3. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. His first time batting and has flown out to left field and right field in the 3rd and 6th innings. Smithy's going to throw another one outside and makes the count 2-1 to Coronios. Top of the 8th, Mavericks currently lead 9-5. 8-5. And Coronios going to pop up behind home plate, but it's going to drop. No play can be made. And Coronios going to hit this one into right field over top of Zach Gray and in front of Jordan Dre. Coronios gets his first hit of the night. Seventh hit of the ball game for the Giants, the first for Coronios.
Number 99, Mike Bowes.
8-5 for the Mavericks here in the top of the 8th. 1 runner on for the Giants and 2 outs. Mike Bowes at the plate. He's 0 for 3. He struck out 2 times. Strike called at the plate. That makes it 1-1 to Mike Bowes. Jonathan Smithy already with 2 strikeouts this inning. And a slider from Smithy catches the outside corner of the plate, makes it 1-2. Smithy looking for the 3rd strikeout of the inning. One on for the Giants, 2 outs. And Mike Bowes is going to fly this one into short left field. Julian Lee comes in for it, and he'll make the grab. Top of the 8th is now over. Mavericks still lead 8-5 going into the bottom of the 8th.
I don't know what you fans, but I think I might have the munchies right now. We got some old Dutch here, and if you want to make some noise, we might have a few snacks for you. Potato chips now, make some noise. I think those get you the bag. If there's next on it, that means you're an additional winner. Good luck.
Another pitching change for the Fort McMurray Giants here in the bottom of the 8th. Coming in relief is Nate McHenrick, number 34 for the Giants. McHenrick is making his 8th appearance of the season. Through 7 appearances, McHenrick has thrown 9 1/3 innings, giving up 16 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned. He's walked 3 batters and has 7 strikeouts, 16 hits and 9 runs in 9 1/3 innings. He has no wins or losses. Is a 6.75 ERA. He'll look to lower that here in the 8th inning against the Mavericks.
Bottom of the 8th inning, leading off for the Mavericks is the 3rd baseman, number 27, David Vilches.
Here in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters from the Mavericks. David Vilches, Julian Lee, and Jordan Dre. Vilches is 0 for 2. He's walked twice with an RBI on a walk into 6. Julian Lee is 2 for 4, and Jordan Dre is 0 for 2 with a walk. Mavericks currently lead 8-5 here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking to clinch a playoff spot here with a win tonight against the Giants. One and one count here to David Vilches. The 3rd baseman has been walked twice with an RBI. He's also made a couple great plays on 3rd tonight. A few good putouts with that strong arm. 1-2 count after the foul ball to the leadoff batter in the 8th inning. 4th pitch is down low. Can't find a strike zone. Vilches doesn't go through. It's 2-2 at the plate.
Fans, last call for the bar. Last call for drinks.
2-2 to the leadoff batter. And Vilches is going to foul off another one. Extends the at-bat, gives him another opportunity, keeps it 2-2. And Vilches is going to go down swinging as the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 8th. Nate McKendrick gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Number 11, Julian Lee.
Lee steps up to the plate for the Mavericks for the 5th time tonight. Lee is 2 for 4 tonight. He singled in the 2nd and 4th innings. And he's going to bloop this one in the left field foul territory. It's going to go towards the Mavericks bullpen. Foul ball makes it 0-2. Third pitch is outside the strike zone, makes the count 1-2. And Lee is going to bloop this one into right center. Good diving catch from Jordan Sickler. He had to run far for that one. He flew in the air and made the diving grab. Lee thought he was going to find some grass there as that ball was finding some grass far away from Sickler, but the speedy center fielder made up the ground, made the grab, and there's now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Julian Lee is now 2 for 5, almost at his 3rd hit of the evening. Third batter of the inning now is Jordan Dre. Number 9 hitter, the right fielder, is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th and walked and scored in the 7th. Dre's going to hit this one hard into left field, and that one's going to drop. Jordan Dre now has a base hit. And he gets on here in the bottom of the 8th.
Top of the order for the Mavericks, the center fielder, number 2, David Salguero.
David Salguero steps up for the 6th time this game, the top of the order batter. The center fielder is 1 for 3 today. He's walked twice in the 5th and the 6th inning, scored both times, and singled in the 7th and scored. Comes up to the plate with 1 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Jordan Dre gets a base hit into left field. And he's now on for the 3rd straight at bat. Salguero looking at an 0-1 count at the plate. McKendrick trying to get out of this inning, not allowing any runs to come around, and keep it only a 3-run Mavericks lead. Second pitch he throws outside and down low, makes the count 1-1. Salguero's gonna pop one up behind the stands. Gets behind in the count now, 1-2. One-two count at the plate, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And it's another foul ball from Salguero. Giants trying to get into the 9th, only down 3 runs. Mavericks looking to pick up their 27th win of the year, and they'd book a playoff spot with that win. Salguero still in a 1-2 count at the plate. Jordan Dre on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And Salguero is going to strike out swinging. McKendrick pitches a shutout inning. No runners come around, and we're into the top of the 9th. Giants have to come down from losing 8-5 at the moment.
All right, fans, you know what to do. Let's see those cell phone lights in the air.
Giants down 8-5 going into the top of the 9th. Mavericks trying to hold on for that 27th victory of the year, as Tyler Shumpert is going to step up to the plate. Jonathan Smithy throws a shutout inning in the 8th, striking out 2.
From Houston, Texas, Tyler Shumpert.
Shumpert steps onto the mound for the 12th time this year. He's become the Mavericks' regular closer throughout the season. Through 11 appearances, he's pitched 14 1/3 innings, giving up 13 hits, 6 runs, only 4 of them earned. He's walked 6 batters and 12 strikeouts. Shumpert has a 2-0 record with 4 saves. That's tied for 3rd in the league. He'll be looking for save number 5 tonight. Shumpert has a 1.95 ERA. 7 innings from Akanuma, and then 1 from Smithy, and hopefully for the Mavericks, 1 from Shumpert be the perfect outing for the Mavericks tonight. Mavericks now on the top of the 9th, still up 8-5. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters from the Giants here in the 9th inning. John Lasciavo, Tristan Richardson, and Jordan Stickler. Lasciavo is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Tristan Richardson's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and Jordan Stickler is 1 for 4 this game.
It looks like. Yeah, it'd be terrible.
John Lasciavo steps up to the plate for the 4th time, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Tyler Shumpert now on the mound for the Mavericks. First pitch from Shumpert is outside. 1-0 count. And the second pitch from Shumpert. It's in there for strike 1 of the at-bat. Finds the bottom corner. 1-1 is the count. And Shumpert throws another one outside. Makes the count 2-1 here to John Lasciavo. Lasciavo 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Looking for his first hit of the night. It'll be a good time to get it here in the 9th inning. Mavericks lead 8-5. 3 outs away from clinching a playoff spot. And Shumpert gets behind now in the count 3-1. Lasciavo watching a few go by. Lasciavo looking to get on base for the first time. He might here with the walk. 3-1's the count. And it's strike 2 of the at-bat. Shumpert finding that bottom inside corner again. 3-2, 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here in the top of the 9th, John Lasciavo. And he's going to walk here in 6 pitches. Lasciavo gets aboard for the first time this game. And the leadoff batter from the Giants here in the 9th inning gets aboard. 1 runner on with no outs here in the 9th inning. Tristan Richardson steps up to the plate now. He's 1 for 3. He struck out swinging in the 2nd and 4th inning, but doubled in the 7th off the wall. First pitch from Shumpert is close, but it's just outside. It's 1-0. And a second pitch from Shumpert. Another strike called inside. 1-1 now to Tristan Richardson. One ball, one strike, and Tristan Richardson calls time at the plate. Resets himself to get ready for the third pitch of the at-bat. Steps back up to the plate. Shumpert with the third pitch. And it's in there for strike two. 1-2 count. Shumpert still looking for the first out of the ninth here. Nobody out, one on for the Giants. 1-2 count to Tristan Richardson. And a slider from Shumpert is going to strike Richardson out. He's going to go down looking. Third strikeout of the evening from Tristan Richardson. That's one out now in the top of the ninth. Shumpert uses his slider.
One down, pinch hitter into the game for the Giants is number 2, Jane McMillan.
One gone and one still on for the Giants. Throw to first from the catcher, Colton Wright. Almost got John Lasciavo on first. Good heads-up play from the Mavericks catcher to try it. John Lasciavo still safe there on first. Jane McMillan batting now for the Giants. Pinch hitting for Jordan Stickler. Stickler 1 for 4 on a day. Jane McMillan comes in to pinch hit number 2. McMillan's hitting 166 on the season. And there's currently a 2-1 count at the plate to Jane McMillan. Shumpert looking for 2 more outs to get out of the ninth here and get the Mavericks a victory. Hopefully 8-5. He'll want to allow no runs to come around. McMillan and the rest of the Giants looking for the comeback here in the ninth against the Mavericks. 3-1 count to McMillan. He's watching them all go by, hoping to get on via the walk. Shumpert already walked John Lasciavo this inning. McMillan trying to make it 2 batters this inning walked. And he will. The fifth pitch is well inside. Shumpert allows 2 base runners. Sorry, my fault. Did the ump change the call, or was I just completely okay? Three and two at the plate. And McMillan's going to strike out swinging. Looked like McMillan was going to be walked. Fifth pitch was called in as a strike. And McMillan's going to go down swinging. BJ Menarson now batting for the Giants with 1 on and 2 outs. One and one's the count at the plate. 2 outs here in the 9th. McMillan goes down swinging after it looked like he was almost walked at the plate.
All right, fans, let's help him out.
And Menarson's going to swing right through the outside slider from Schumpert. And the Giants are now down to their last strike. Mavericks 1 strike away from clinching a playoff spot. And Schumpert's going to get Menarson swinging. Mavericks are in the playoffs here in the 2018 season. Mavericks win this one here on Friday the 13th, 8-5 against the Fort McMurray Giants. These two teams will play again tomorrow 2 times. 1 time at 3:05 local time and 7:05 local time as well. The game at 3:05 will be a live stream, just audio, no video, because we don't have enough battery life for 2 straight games. So there will be video for the second game at 7:05, but no video for the first game at 3, only audio. We hope to see you twice tomorrow to watch the Mavericks and the Giants twice again tomorrow. Mavericks win tonight 8-5 and clinch their playoff spot. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.